In Catropolis, a city that never sleeps, where neon signs paint the night and fish markets hum with life, lives a cat unlike any other. His name is Marmo. Now, Marmo isn't your average feline. He's perpetually hungry. Not just for kibble, mind you. Marmo's appetite is an enigma, a legend whispered among the alley cats. He's tried everything. A half-eaten pizza slice? Gone. A forgotten rubber duck? Delicious. A particularly shiny hubcap? Don't ask. Life for Marmo is a constant, frantic search for the next meal. But his culinary experiments usually end in disaster, a symphony of comedic failure that follows him like his own shadow. One fateful night, drawn by an irresistible aroma that cut through the city's electric buzz, Marmo found himself in the Grand Market. There, on a pedestal of pure gold, illuminated by a divine glow, was the treasure of treasures, the legendary tuna of the Nile. It wasn't just fish. It was art, history, magic, all wrapped in one shimmering, scaly package. Ancient runes pulsed with a soft light along its stand, promising untold deliciousness. For Marmo, this was it, the ultimate snack, the final boss of food. He had to have it. Time seemed to warp, slowing to a crawl as our chubby hero began his heist. With the grace of a bowling ball, he crept closer. The camera circles, capturing the intense focus in his wide, hopeful eyes. He reaches a paw out, trembling with anticipation, his claws just inches from the prize. Then, bam! A massive explosion of emerald green smoke erupts from the pedestal, throwing Marmo backward. A sinister hiss echoes through the market square, silencing the city's chatter. From the swirling green mist, a figure emerged, tall, ancient, and terrifying. Bandages floated around her ethereal form, and her eyes burned with the green fire of a 1,000-year-old grudge. It was the Mummy Queen, the ancient guardian of the tuna. With a voice that crackled like dry papyrus, she pointed a spectral claw at Marmo. A glowing sigil, a mark of ancient power, blazed onto his paw. She had cursed him with eternal hunger. At first, the curse felt like a superpower. Marmo's usual hunger was amplified, but so was his courage. He became a furry orange whirlwind of chaos, a tiny, adorable agent of anarchy. The city became his playground, and every kitchen his personal challenge. We see him swinging from a chandelier, aiming for a birthday cake, only to land face first in a bowl of jelly. He tries to outsmart a butcher, leading to a Benny Hill-style chase through crowded streets, with a trail of flying sausages and startled pedestrians in his wake. He attempts a daring raid on a fish truck, only to trigger a chain reaction that sends an entire stack of refrigerators toppling like dominoes. Dogs bark, alarms blare, and everywhere Marmo goes, delightful pandemonium follows. His life became a non-stop, high-speed chase scene, a ballet of slips, trips, and glorious, food-related failures. But the laughter began to fade. The constant, gnawing hunger, once a quirky trait, became a heavy burden. The curse wasn't just about appetite. It was a profound loneliness. No meal could ever satisfy him. No snack could bring him joy. He was an outcast, driven by an insatiable need that no one could understand. The once bustling city now felt empty, its neon lights mocking his solitude. Haunted by his endless craving, Marmo knew what he had to do. He had to find the Mummy Queen. He had to break the curse. His journey led him far from the glowing streets of Catropolis, into the forgotten desert ruins that bordered the city. Under the pale light of the moon, he walked alone, a small orange figure against a backdrop of ancient stone and sand. Dust motes danced in the moonlight, and hieroglyphs on the crumbling walls seemed to glow with a life of their own, whispering secrets of the past. The air was thick with magic and regret. He called out her name into the silence, and she appeared. Not with an explosion, but with the quiet rush of swirling sand and that same haunting green energy. She stood before him, a figure of immense power and sorrow. But Marmo wasn't afraid anymore. He was just tired. He looked up at the spectral queen, his expressive eyes filled not with hunger, but with remorse. Softly, he apologized. He didn't want the tuna anymore. He just wanted to be normal. A strange thing happened. The Mummy Queen's burning green eyes softened. A low ancient voice echoed in the ruins, but this time, it held no anger. The hunger was never a punishment, little one, she whispered, her form shimmering. It was a lesson to understand that the greatest feasts are not the ones you steal, but the ones you share. That the deepest hunger is not for food, but for connection. As she spoke, the glowing mark on Marmo's paw faded, and the gnawing emptiness inside him finally subsided. He wasn't cured in the way he expected. The hunger was still there, a familiar old friend, but it no longer controlled him. He returned to Catropolis a changed cat, wiser, kinder, and with a newfound appreciation for the simple things. Life is still a series of comedic blunders, of course. He still falls, he still fails, he still gets into trouble. But now, there's heart in his chaos. We see him trying to share a drop crumb with a smaller kitten, even though his stomach is rumbling. We see him accidentally knocking over a fruit stand, but then staying to help the vendor pick everything up. He's still Marmo, the hungriest cat in the world, but now, he understands what truly matters. And as our story ends, we find him back in the market, staring at another perfectly delicious-looking tuna. He eyes it suspiciously, a funny, contemplative look on his face. He gives it a little sniff, then turns and walks away with a smile. Well, maybe he'll just have one tiny bite. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more of Marmo's adventures.